It's me, Vivian. Welcome back to another episode of Sharing. So, today I'd like to talk about the concept of you being healed versus you're not being healed from a situation or a thing that you've been working on yourself. So, when you're healed, which means that this version of yourself will attract the right things and you will attract the right situations that in this healed version is supposed to be. So saying that, for example, you want to be in a version of yourself that you're abundant, you're attracting opportunities, you're happy with yourself, you're contented. All these has to work with the healed version of yourself, which means that all the things that you perhaps are afraid of, or the things that you've been trying to overcome it, but you haven't overcome it, will stay with your unhealed version. And it's very interesting, and it's an interesting concept to kind of think about it, because if you're unhealed, which means that saying that if you're unhealed, you will attract things that will constantly bring you back to that cycle. And in the past, I actually didn't have this kind of a mindset or idea. I just felt like there's nothing much that you could work on yourself, or there's nothing much of an effort that you could put into yourself to become a better version. But when you understand that it actually is something related to your own self-work, your own work on yourself, you will attract the right things and the right situations that you're supposed to be, regardless of if you're saying about career, regardless of relationship, regardless of the ideal kind of environment you want to be in. All these has to be intertwined with yourself, with your ultimate self, which means that it's the healed version. So during the weekend, I had a great conversation with a good friend of mine. I'd say that it's interesting when you start to be able to talk about the things that you weren't able to overcome it, and having that resonation from the other side of the person makes me feel that I've actually worked on it. I'm working on it. I'm taking the effort on myself so that this conversation could happen, so that I could sit here and have this conversation with you, and that I'm learning something new from this conversation. And it's very powerful, because when you understand how much you could heal from yourself, like from within yourself, there won't be a lot of things that will come to you again, which means that the things that happened in the past, same situation that might happen, same things that you might encounter in the future, you know how to react, how to respond in a way that you won't get offended or attacked again. And I guess this is something that everyone should learn as growing as an adult, regardless of who you meet, what kind of situation, what kind of people or things that you meet in life. You get this mindset of that. And it requires a lot of reflection, it requires a lot of you sitting down with yourself, reflections, understanding who you really are, understanding why you have this kind of reactions, understanding where it rooted from. All these are critical for you to really work and have this homework with yourself. And I will guarantee you that you will gradually find things that you will traject into a way that you traject into a abundance. You won't feel that anxiety that much, or for example, you won't feel that the same thing that used to perhaps have certain reaction on you won't get you again. And you kind of move into a new realm, new things that you continue to work on and learn, because I believe that life is a lifespan of your own experiences. Of course, it's also a lifespan of your own learnings, and all these learnings are for you to grow, to take away, to learn from it, and to grow into a better version. And so I say that today at this point of life stage, I'm pretty contented. I wouldn't say that I'm at my best self yet. I would say that I'm pretty contented on the things that I am exposed to right now, the environment, the things I'm learning, the new things, like the new things that I would never try out myself, but it's leading me to another version, leading me to different new things that I wouldn't be able to touch on in the past. And that change and transistory actually makes me contented and happy. And I hope that on the other side of the video that you're looking and you're reading and you're watching, you actually feel contented too. Like there's a lot of time where it's very hard to measure success, because having living to this life stage at this age, at this life point, I started to understand that there's a lot of things that money cannot bring you or give you. There's a lot of things that actually, if it's just nice, just good enough, is actually the best. Because when it comes to a lot of things, when you're at your max, like the max capacity, let's say, when you're at your max CPU, like everyone has a capacity to work on, it will actually have a lot of trade-offs that you could not actually see from the service. And I would say that right now I'm contented and committed to continue to work on myself. And this self-work will be very silent, which means that I'll share things that I've learned. And of course, this is a silent thing that I work on myself. I wouldn't need to continue to tell the world that I'm working on certain things, but it's more on myself and a reflection. And capturing these will kind of, when I look back, I understand what I've been working on. And yeah, it's a peaceful kind of a life stage. Yeah, so I hope it helps. And this is more of a casual sharing as usual. It's more on how the stage that I'm in right now. And yeah, so anything that you resonate with, you can comment as below, as this purpose is the same, is to share my thoughts, and hope it helps you as well. Yeah, see you in the next one.